Part 2, my spoiled sister is out of jail and now she expects me to give everything to start her life anew. A few months had passed since my sister's dramatic visit, and her presence in my life had dwindled to a distant memory. My brothers continued to live with me, working and saving up to eventually set out on their own. Things were relatively peaceful, and the drama my sister had caused felt like a nightmare that had finally passed. I had come to terms with the fact that she would never change, and I was determined not to be an enabler any longer. But as time went by, and I hadn't heard from my sister, I started to wonder about her whereabouts. Had she really moved on as she claimed, or was she just plotting her next move? The nagging uncertainty festered in the back of my mind. Then, a strange turn of events occurred when I decided to take a week-long vacation to clear my head and give my brother some space to relax in the house. I figured it would be a good opportunity for me to unwind and leave behind the constant concerns of my sister's erratic behavior. Little did I know, my vacation would set in motion a chain of events that would leave me in shock and disbelief. As I returned home from my trip, I was met with a sight that I couldn't have imagined in my wildest dreams. My sister had not only returned but had effectively taken over my house. She was squatting there, calling it her own, and refusing to let me in. I was left standing on my own doorstep, dumb boyfriend down dead, and incredulous. I tried to reason with her, explaining that this was my home, that I was the rightful owner, and she had no claim to it. But she remained stubborn and unyielding, her sense of entitlement undiminished. To make matters worse, the squatter laws in our state made it impossible for the police to forcibly remove her from the premises. I was stuck in a legal quagmire, unable to regain access to my own property. Desperation set in as my parents, who had always favored my sister, took her side in this bizarre battle. They claimed she deserved the house and that I should find another place to live. Their support for her shocked me, and it felt like a betrayal. 3 months passed in this nightmarish limbo. I was forced to live in my car, struggling to make ends meet while my sister continued to occupy my home. It was a never-ending nightmare, a twisted inversion of the spoiled child who had been coddled and enabled for so long. Now, the tables had turned, and I was the one who felt helpless and abandoned. As I sat in my car, contemplating my next move, I couldn't help but wonder how my life had taken such a surreal turn. It was clear that I would need to find a way to regain my home, but it wouldn't be easy. My sister's sense of entitlement and my parents' misguided support had created an obstacle that would take everything I had to overcome. But I was determined not to let her continue to ruin my life, and I knew I had to find a way to reclaim what was rightfully mine.